He can.
Hitler!
Oh no!
Well, that's the end of this stream.
Oh no!
Apparently I wasn't supposed. So.
Hi everyone, we're here to celebrate Juice's birthday.
Where is he?
But he's not here right now.
Well,
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
Hey everybody! It's Wednesday night. It's What the Show.
Hi.
We didn't have a cold open and I panicked and just said the first thing that came to mind. I'm so sorry.
Or canceled.
the first thing that came to mind.
Was that. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, that's a choice.
When in doubt, just it makes you popular on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Hi everyone. We're here. We're doing it. We're celebrating Juice's birthday today. We don't really have a plan. Who knows when Juice might actually arrive? He's late for his own surprise party. But that's how it works, because surprises are surprises and you don't know if they're gonna happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, this is the second year in a row that one of us is not here for their birthday party. So that's always, a What the Show tradition, apparently, that if it's your birthday on stream and you just show. So that's a cromulent thing to do there. But while we're obviously stalling for time, let's talk about the Streamlabs. So AJ, if you want to give us a little bit of an update, let us know what's going on.
So yeah, streamlabs.com/whattheshow/tip. If you want to donate towards the program, here's the thing: it doesn't go towards improving the quality. It's kind of the running thing there. Now, traditionally, we've given to charities, to somebody's GoFundMe's, to a cause of some sort. For September and October of this year, my co-hosts were really gracious. In having the Streamlabs go to my medical bills. I had a medical episode. I'm suffering from congestive heart failure new this year, so helping with my expenses. Something that said my awesome co-host decided that we wanted to do. But yeah, comments, questions, just any way that you want to mess with the show, streamlabs.com/whattheshow/tips.
Yeah.
I mean, come and hang out with us. Oh, we have somebody backstage.
We have a friend. Shockingly, this is also not the birthday party. But we do have a lovely guest joining us tonight.
If I'm not mistaken, first time on the show proper. He's been on the program before, but I think this is the first time on the show proper. Another one who's beyond overdue. So another member of the Call to Action family. Again, we've been trying to get them all on. It's taken us a long time. We're finally getting there. So let's bring out our buddy, Mr. Danny.
Hello. Hey guys, thanks for having me. I brought my favorite juice for Juice's birthday. Thank you.
We like a theme. We do like a theme. Hi, yes, you are Knuff. Everyone here is Knuff. I just want everyone to know that. Much love to everyone. How are you tonight, Danny?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I'd like to hear.
How's everybody tonight? And yes, it's like my first official time on the show.
Yeah, I thought it was. I know you've been on it before, but I think this is the first time that you've been like scheduled properly.
Yeah, as in the little trivia thing we did.
Yes. Exactly. We're here. We're hanging in. We're waiting for the birthday boy to show up to his surprise party.
So speaking of the trivia thing, it's funny. Like we're doing our 3-year anniversary. This is a shameless plug. next Friday night. So I've kind of been trying to help out, and I've been going through full old episodes, which is a daunting task because some of our episodes can be very long and tedious to get through as a rewatch. And
we have wonderful content, everyone.
I have found some great clips, but there was one in particular that I found that when you see it in sequence is so mwah, because of it's a before and after, and it does have to do with the trivia show. So I'll give everybody a little bit of a tease as to that, because we've got some fun coming out.
Pimping out our own anniversary stream next Friday, in case anyone's curious. Please come hang out with us.
9 o'clock Eastern until God knows when.
Also, because while we're speaking of pimping things out, our internet, we're so laggy, everyone. I'm sorry. But I'm gonna make an announcement, mostly because I'm scheduling this thing, and whoever is watching, if they want to ever come on, let me know. But I'm gonna announce here and now that myself, and the one and only Sarah Hamblin are starting a new trivia show on the Benny and Moo Saves America channel. They will be, of course, continuing to do their trivia show, but we decided we wanted to bring some estrogen to the channel. So we will be doing a trivia called Know It or Blow It. It's Iron Man style, and it can be about whatever the fuck you want pop culture wise. So first round is going to be kind of general trivia we get to come up with. Second round is going to be your major, so to speak. We're really going with the school theme here. And it can be about TV shows. It can be about movies. It can be about music. Again, I am in charge of scheduling. So if anyone, please inbox me. If you have anything you want to answer trivia about, we'll write you questions.
You might have to
so like the Franco-Prussian War, it's on the table.
It's on the table, AJ. Actually, I think that would excite Sarah a lot. She's a big history and geography nerd, and she will eat that for breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you give that to her as an option.
Nice. So I'm here for Lost.
Okay, yes, Danny is in for Lost. All right, if anyone would like to compete against Danny, we now are making a Lost one. Ooh, that's a good one. I'll have to
South Korean soap operas? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do it. We'll do anything.
North Korean soap operas.
I don't know if those exist.
Jake, I think I'm the only person who's lost as many times as you have.
Jake, this could be your time to shine, buddy. You could finally win some trivia on that channel. Come on our show. We'll write you some questions.
History of Bud Light.
We'll do it. We're not above anything. We will do all. I'm excited to do some TV. I'm happy that Danny announced Lost. I'm excited that we do a lot of movie trivia in these parts, and I'm excited to dust off some TV knowledge. So any TV show, please send it my way. We will write trivia for it.
Yeah, I already know a couple that I have in mind, but I want to do them targeted with people.
Yeah.
So I'll fill you in all of that. But once I get the scheduling worked out, but I definitely have some fun ideas for that. So one thing we were going to talk about, it's obviously it's October, it's spooky season. So we've been watching. Neither of us are particularly big horror fans per se. But we've definitely been watching a lot of horror adjacent or
spooky season vibe movies.
We went through last week. We watched both Addams Family and Addams Family Values, and we just finished both Zombieland and Zombieland Double Tap.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Double Tap, and here's why. Again, it is definitely the first film is far superior in both scenarios, but with that said, I feel bad. Double Tap came out at kind of a weird time because it was the fall of 2019, and it didn't have a lot of time to stay in the pop culture zeitgeist because then 2020 happened. And but in a weird way, again, zombie things always very reminiscent of, global pandemics. What an appropriate movie to usher in 2020. So poor Zombieland Double Tap. We all were like, wow, what a forgettable movie. And I was like, in fairness, I don't think it's because of the movie. I just think it's what happened 5 months later in our lives kind of made everything in that late 2019, early 2020 pop culture just is dead to me because just so much happened.
Yeah, I never saw it, so I forget that it came out. Like I saw the first one many times,
Yeah.
but I completely forgot about Double Tap's existence.
I might have watched it once. Yeah.
It's like you watched it once and then no one ever revisited it. So we did. We revisited and it's fun.
It's a fun little, it is a kind of forgettable, especially compared to the first one. But it's a perfect watch. Ari Renet's about to go out again, I think.
Yeah.
I think you're stable.
Fun fact: the first one came out when I worked at the movie theater.
Hey.
Drink up. Yeah.
I don't have a beverage.
I'll drink.
This is
2 sips in your honor.
a beverage.
Oh wait, this is not good. My backpack. Here we go.
But what we really wanted to talk about was Addams Family, because the first Addams Family with Raul Julia, Angelica Houston, Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd.
Can we talk about, honestly, name a movie that is better cast? Like, what an impeccable cast for, like, the casting director on that movie. God, you're good at your job.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch both of those movies too, and it brought back, of course, like nostalgic 90s memories, but now I'm actually remembering how much it was perfectly cast, and also like now that we're a little older, the little adult humor spread in between both movies and the dark humor. Because during my edgy teen goth years, it was definitely like my Tumblr phase was a lot of like Gomez and Tish quotes.
Yeah. So many
things that used to enjoy unironically, you get to go back and it's tongue in cheek.
Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely no shade to any other version of the Addams Family, because the animated movies or whatever, I'm not really familiar with, but I'm sure they're cute. Obviously, the 60s is the original, the series. I've never watched that. I mean, I've seen clips of it, but I've never really watched it. I enjoyed Wednesday on Netflix, but like, come on. The 90s Addams Family is like, and obviously it's probably my nostalgia bias, but like, truly, you can't get a better cast than that. Like, everyone is just so perfect for their roles.
Yeah, like I think I agree almost unequivocally on that one. The original show obviously is so because of when it came out, and B, with it's black and white. They have limitations, especially with doing like Thing in the original would only like pop out of boxes or next to a couch or something like that. They really couldn't do anything with Thing. But in the 90s movies, like Thing was revolutionary at the time. Like that was, people's minds were blown when they saw what they were able to do with Thing. And then you have the cast on top of it. And when we were watching it, we watched it last week. Christina Ricci and Angelica Houston and Raul Julia, all three of them. I don't think you could find anybody better to play any of those three roles.
Mm-hmm.
But can we like all just agree in any iteration, like the three people that you mentioned? I mean, any iteration of the Addams Family, just fuck Pugsley.
I know. Poor Pugsley, because maybe Pugsley needs a spinoff, because Pugsley is never memorable.
But
I'm sorry.
He wasn't I've watched the originals.
He's not like an exciting character.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was never meant to be. He's always been Wednesday's foil. Like Wednesday was always coming up with some sadistic plan to get Pugsley.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even his parents.
So
imagine you vaguely look like a pug and your parents name you after that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's also bizarre to me in a weird way that if you were to talk to somebody and you were like, hey, Tim Burton got involved with the Addams Family, people would assume it was the 90s. It's weird to me that it's the modern day one that Tim Burton is associated with, and not the 90s version.
Right.
What is the odds of that? You know what I mean?
Not
the anime. He did Wednesday.
Wednesday, that's right.
Yeah.
The establishing
the
shots.
most recent one. What are the odds?
in the movie though, like when you see the establishing shots of their mansion and stuff, you get total Beetlejuice vibes. Like it looks like it could have been in the same exact universe.
I just feel like in my mind, early '90s, it would have been Tim Burton who was making the Addams Family, but he didn't get involved until like modern times. Go figure.
Instead, it was the director of Wild Wild West.
Right.
Yes.
And the Men in Black trilogy.
To be fair.
Yeah.
It all comes back to Wild Wild West,
Wild
y'all.
Wild West. Gotta get that
Wiki,
giant
wow.
spider.
What do we think of the Jada Pinkett Smith like crazy whirlwind? Just every day she's in the news, dropping new stuff. Speaking of Wild Wild West,
I could not care less.
They just get weirder and weirder each time, each story.
It's
Tupac is her soulmate. Apparently,
it's just very strange. I mean,
It's
good
adding.
for her.
It's adding so many stupid layers. Like
Yeah.
I've always talked about how much I don't like season 4 of Arrested Development's first narrative style. However, if you put this story is being told in Arrested Development series season 4 style, in that we just keep on getting more details. So you go back and it keeps getting more and more fucked up.
But also Tupac had alopecia, apparently.
Oh gosh, yeah. Luna.
It's all very strange. I mean, it's none of my business. Well, she's making it my effing business because she keeps talking about her. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Gotta make that money.
Mm-hmm.
it's a little kooky. Not really spooky.
About Jada Pinkett.
I wouldn't say mysterious, but ooky applies.
Done, you know?
Mhm.
I guess she's got to stay in the limelight somehow. She's got to, make that money. Get it, girl.
And speaking of spooky things, AJ, you're like, what, about, I don't know what, 25 hours away from the release of your new best friend?
Okay. If you put,
Explain?
I think I tweeted this out. So if you put Elephant Mario and Yoshi with me in a room and a gun with 2 bullets, I would shoot Elephant Mario twice.
That's fair.
It's just so upsetting.
That's saying
It's
something.
so jolly. It's like it's begging you that like, it shouldn't exist, and it's begging for you to put it out of its misery, but it's also ignorant to its own existence. I feel like there's an existential problem with the existence of like Elephant Mario. It's not a Freudian thing with me. It's not my problem. It's that fucking thing. Right?
It's certainly not you, AJ. It can never be you. Mm-mm.
If you cut it, does it bleed? Elephant Mario?
I don't think I want to know that answer.
But I need to know.
Well, I don't know if that's going to be a viable option in this game.
So my question is this,
But you could try.
is like Bowser going to be sending poachers to try to get the tusks?
Oh my god, stop. That's terrible.
And I don't want. And what would be Luigi?
Like,
He's going to be...
well, they can all apparently turn into elephants, but Mario himself is the one that's just deeply upsetting. And yeah, is that why Bowser's evil? Is he like a big game hunter?
Maybe.
Is he like
Also,
the founder of
why
Jimmy
would
John's?
elephant?
Just
I
hunting
think it's
big
really
game?
cool to hunt the same elephant.
Well, it's like,
What is the purpose of them turning into what? I'm so confused by this
they
entire
turn
thing,
into
honestly.
raccoons that can fly in previous iterations, so
I guess that's
Yeah.
fair.
it's the power.
It's an odd.
this time-
what does he gain from turning into an elephant? I guess is what I'm curious about.
Roar.
Mm.
Wait.
He needs the bigger ears and then he'll fly.
Like Dumbo. Is he gonna be like Dumbo? Is that what it is? Is that the purpose of this?
But doesn't the feather make him a raccoon? So like if you try, there you go. It does make him fly. Danny is onto something right now.
We all know how raccoons fly.
So he's just gonna
With
fly,
feathers.
but flies an elephant now? I don't know. I don't understand. This shows how much I know about the world of Super Mario Brothers, which my knowledge, honestly, compared to most, I think is pretty limited.
See, the thing is, like, the trailers for this game, like, it seems like it's on mushrooms, which is usually something I'm a fan of, but it seems like it's on mushrooms in a bad way, which is also usually something I'm a fan of. But, like, in a way that, like, people think that mushrooms is like this. But also, it's Mario and there's mushrooms, so it makes sense, but it's for kids. I don't know. Super Mario Wonder confuses me.
I just want to play Dr. Mario, and
Yes.
that's what I'm here for.
He's here for the pills.
I'm here for the pills, people. Okay.
Exactly. Rapid consumption of prescription narcotics. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, I didn't have Nintendo when I was a kid, so I had Sonic being Mean Sheen.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I had the first Nintendo, then I went to Sega outright. Like I had the Genesis, the Sega CD, and Game Gear as the next generation. So yeah, I had all of the Sega knockoffs of all of that stuff too, and most of them in hindsight were not very good.
That's fair.
The Sonic the Hedgehog games proper were fun though. Like they were much more fast paced than the Mario games.
I gotta say, Sonic is really having a resurgence amongst the youth. The youth love Sonic.
Pregnant Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with pregnant Sonic.
That's he's dressing up for Halloween. He's obsessed with Sonic.
Yeah, like they're really
And Spider-Man.
Love Sonic, which I'm into. I'm glad that he's making a resurgence.
I think it's the first movie in particular, the first Sonic movie was very good, and I thought the second one was fine, but the first one was they really hit the mark on that one.
The second one was a bit long, especially for something that's like supposed to be a family film. I was like,
we were also very overtired.
That could be why. But I was like, I don't know how children are sitting through this. I'm a grown adult and I'm struggling right now.
Mm-hmm. It was just nice to see Jim Carrey do Jim Carrey things again.
Yes.
That's why I loved it.
I can't say I know what any of that means as someone who was forbidden from watching Jim Carrey growing up.
Such a weird role.
And it's never felt the need to go back and revisit what I've missed. I'm gonna
so
keep
you've
it
never seen The Mask?
Never in my life, no.
What ones have you seen?
Okay, so Jim Carrey movies I was allowed to see growing up. I have seen, none of these are what are considered classics, okay? I've seen The Grinch because that was like allowed because it was like, Dr. Seuss. It wasn't really a Jim Carrey vehicle, even though it was. I saw that movie, that Simon Birch movie. We watched that because, again, he wasn't really in it. And I've watched, what is it? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Why is that not something very
Right, that's it, yeah.
Which I watched like in college. So that was kind of when I was out of the house. And again, not really a quote unquote Jim Carrey-esque role.
Batman Forever.
But anything, I've seen Batman Forever. But anything that's like Jim Carrey doing like peak 90s Jim Carrey, have not seen it. Don't feel like I need to see it. At this point, it's not like a point of pride. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I've gone this long.
I can tell you straightforward. You would not like Dumb and Dumber. You would not like either Ace Ventura. You might like parts of The Mask.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd hate Ace Ventura. Just loathe.
Yeah.
The Cable Guy would be.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd like the Cable Guy because the Cable Guy is very dark humor, and it's not like slapstick Jim Carrey the whole way. There's parts of it that are. But then there's also these brilliant storytelling devices in there that, like, from a narrative you would like, but I just don't know if you'd love the movie.
We'll put it on. You know what? If we reach a certain milestone by the anniversary stream for Streamlabs, we'll put that on the list. I will watch Cable Guy.
You've seen Truman Show, right?
Yeah, I'm not positive.
Truman Show.
honestly.
Truman Show is not.
Truman
a
Show's
standard-
that's a good one.
Don't say the name of a EH movie on stream.
Yeah, well, that's true. EH is in it.
Oh, is he now?
Yes.
Right.
No, I don't think I honestly have. Like, I'm very aware of the Truman Show, but I'm really trying to think if I've ever actually sat down and watched it, and I don't think I have.
Truman Show's a good movie. Like that, I don't think he.
But I know people like say good things about it. Yeah.
He didn't get nominated for Best Actor, or like that's the kind of movie. The year that it came out, they had 10 movies nominated. Probably would have been in the extra
What's
5.
the one where he went like really method on and was like a dick?
Man on the Moon.
Yeah, well, I don't understand why he decided he needed to be like a serious.
Because he was playing Andy Kaufman, who was the most method of method actors of all time.
Dick as well. I've also never seen that movie, but I've seen the making of.
And
weirdly enough,
that's another one that like I think you could watch that. I mean, it's the story of Andy Kaufman.
But like I would just know that he was an asshole to everyone on set, and they were miserable, and I don't think I could separate that from however that the movie is. I'd be like, no, remember that time that he was a dick for absolutely no reason.
Except for Paul Giamatti.
Right? Because he was his partner. So yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
Paul. You know, maybe I'll watch it for Paul Giamatti.
So Paul Giamatti, what a mensch.
What a mensch. We love you,
So
Paul. There you go.
it's a Paul Giamatti movie co-starring Jim Carrey. If you really think about it.
Yeah. You know what? That's how I should look at it, and then maybe I'd be okay with it.
Paul Giamatti has got a movie with Oscar buzz coming out next month. I think Thanksgiving time.
Oh yeah, it looks good. I'm into it. What is it called?
The
again?
Leftovers is that the name of it?
The Holdovers.
The Holdovers.
Holdover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the old school trailer. It pleases me.
It is very much. It seems like a 90s boarding school movie. We don't get any of those anymore.
100%. We don't get those anymore, and we certainly don't get those anymore in theaters.
Yeah.
So I want to support it to get more.
Yeah, the movie's
like
not.
that in theaters.
It's not going to make a lot of money, at least at first. But if
I think it's a word.
the buzz is true, yeah, it's the kind of movie that in November it might not make money, but in January it might.
See, here's the thing. Like your guys' hometowns. You know how there's like one person's like moderately famous, but the entire place is like fucking homers for him.
Yeah.
Alexander Payne and Nebraska. It's disgusting. I like Alexander Payne.
I guess he is. What do we say? Moderately famous? I feel like he's like a pretty big deal. I guess he's not a household name.
In like the film community, people know who he is.
But I guess if you're out of the film community, you probably don't know who he is. I mean,
Like, dude, you're from Nebraska. I get it. I've seen Rocky Horror Picture Show in the movie theater that you grew up going to movies. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's like kind of like when I tell Mike you're a boy who grew up in the 90s, we get it.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yep.
I mean, we go real big for Tom Petty in Gainesville, but like, fuck yeah, Tom Petty is awesome.
Yeah. That's
So
amazing.
important.
Yeah, my hometown in Long Island, Boomer Esiason is God. So it's if you got somebody like that's just what happens. So
Danny, who's your hometown hero?
I don't have a hometown hero, but I do have Action Park, which is famous for people dying.
Hell yes. Action Park fucking rules. Libertarians are the worst.
That's our claim to fame.
Yours might be the coolest.
And we used to have a creepy gingerbread house in Hamburg called the Gingerbread House.
God, I wanted to go. Like, I didn't know about Action Park until I was already grown, and now I just wish I grew up going down slides. I was like pushed down by a 14-year-old employee on acid.
I'm really glad that I didn't, because I value my life and my safety.
I just remember because growing up in Long Island, I got the commercials for Action Park all the time. I never went, but
Kim's been.
yeah, Kim did.
And we talked to her
yeah.
about that one.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, you're to Action Park, and she's like, oh yeah. How was
I think
that?
my dad took me when I was like a baby. So
And you lived to tell the tale.
I did live to tell the tale. I was in the grave pool.
You're really holy
Like
shit.
a great old baby. Yeah, there's pictures somewhere of me in the grave pool.
Yeah, HBO had a documentary about it. It's actually a really good watch.
Man.
Yeah.
What a wild
I don't recall any of this happening, but I do. There is pictures of me with Action Park in by the wave pool.
That is
So-
fantastic.
I was astonished by like the grave pool hearing about it because I didn't know before that any wave pool that I had been in was saltwater.
Right.
And that freshwater wave pool was a fucking disaster because you sink in it. It's just oh.
Yep, you need that buoyancy.
There's like battle tank. There were battle tanks apparently. I don't remember any of this stuff until I watched the movie.
I forgot
That's
that
so
they did the Johnny Knoxville movie, but I'm guessing that they didn't make him out to be like the actual owner of Action Park, who was an insane person.
Yeah, I didn't watch the actual movie, just the documentary, and the documentary is enough, I think.
Fascinating, honestly, it's such a fascinating story. It's so wild.
I wish we could have gone to the Libertarian theme park.
Honestly, that it lasted as long as it did, all things considered.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It didn't last. What did it last?
Well,
About
it
10
didn't
years?
shut down and then it
No,
reopened for a bit, and then
It's
it
like a
shut
total
down.
of like 30, 40 years.
That was
Yeah.
around. I think it closed down in like 95, 94,
Yeah.
and then it became Mountain Creek, which
Right.
it is now. But it's
And
basically the same thing.
family. Yeah, it's a family place.
Safer
now.
rides for kids.
I sure hope so.
Like, they
Not
had a
sliding down a
loop in
mountain
one-
on a roller coaster in concrete.
Like Jesus.
Yeah, teeth stuck in the loop de loop.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
10 more kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Or just a bunch of like 14-year-olds working it.
Yeah, they just basically paid with like booze and drugs.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So obviously a lot of the parks in the Northeast are like seasonal. But what about somewhere like Carowinds? Do they stay open year round, or are they seasonal too?
I think it's seasonal.
They're like, because it could snow.
Yeah.
There.
Which ones?
I was thinking like Carowinds, because it's in like North Carolina. Right?
It's on the border.
Border,
It's
like
it's
south
on
of
the
North
border of both
Carolina.
of them.
I was like, is that a place like that seasonal?
Like the parking lot is in South Carolina, and you enter the park in South Carolina, but when you walk into their main street, you walk into North Carolina.
Nifty, honestly. There you go. What about like Six Flags here in Georgia? Are they seasonal?
So the Six Flags ones, now they've started doing kind of like where they'll stay open for a good chunk of the year on weekends only. But there's times of the year they just can't outright.
They
Like
can't.
I went to the one in Jersey growing up a lot, and they back then would go from the end of March until right after Halloween, and then they shut down, which I think is probably about the same now.
Yeah, we still have like the Fright Fest, and then it kind of shuts down in like November.
Yeah, I know some of the parks that were in Virginia that I went to would do Christmas type stuff, but like most of the rides wouldn't open. So like
Busch Gardens.
Busch Gardens
does
does
right?
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're like a little Christmas village, but they're not like really open.
Mhm.
It's wild.
it's really cheap to get in, but you're not getting on very many rides.
Right.
Wild.
We have by the Poconos. There's a lot of like the indoor water parks that are open all year round.
Right.
That's true.
And I know that the Nickelodeon park that's over by the Meadowlands, that's open
Yeah.
year round.
Yep. I still haven't been in that mall yet. That has the worst luck though. They opened like during when COVID
Yeah.
started.
That was a great time to try that.
Oh, Bethany and I have a funny story about that one though. So during the lockdown times, we were searching for content and stuff, and I wanted to show her a video of Adventureland on Long Island just to show her how small and kitschy it is.
Mhm.
And we found this vlogger who was the most hilariously awful vlogger we ever found. And we watched almost all of her videos, and she did one at the Nickelodeon park and kept on the video and talked about it, how she walked into a sign and had to go to first aid.
She had like a big egg on her head, honestly.
Okay, but I'd keep that.
I mean, that's content, baby. And it was really funny. And I'm really sad because she has since deleted that video. And it was.
No, I think that one's still up.
Still up? I thought because she like went through and purged a lot of her content. We thoroughly enjoyed watching her.
What was her name again?
Alexa's World of Magic.
Oh, I'm gonna see.
She follows me on Instagram and like some of my posts sometimes. So we respect you, homie.
There's like
so many. Get her on the show.
Find the right
like
one.
Send her the link right now.
Bring her on.
Alexa, come on the show. We're big fans.
Hey Alexa. Oh, sorry for anybody who's catching this on replay. Oops.
So is Adventureland really based on a real park?
Well, they're like a chain as well. They're kind of like a Six Flags, I think, because there's an Adventureland Des Moines.
No. So the Adventurelands actually they are independent. The one that the movie is based off of is the Long Island one. That is.
But they did not film it.
They didn't film it there. They filmed it at Knoebels in Pennsylvania. But yeah, the one.
Also, Jesse Eisenberg. We discussed this earlier when we watched Double Tap. Has an effing age.
And it all connects. Go back to now being
yeah, full circle, guys. We brought full circle.
But like the Adventureland on Long Island. For like reference for you, AJ, like think about when we went to Universal, basically from the front gate until you get just past maybe going to where Jimmy Fallon is, that's the size of the whole park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's tiny. And all the rides are on top of each other. Like you walk off of one exit and you turn 5 feet and there's another entrance. Like it's really, really small. It's on a major highway. That doesn't have a very big parking lot. And that's where the director, Greg Mottola, worked. So that's where that movie is based off of.
Yeah. I know Splish Splash.
Splish Splash is I don't know if it still is. It was owned by the same owners as Adventureland. Splish Splash is at the far end of Long Island. Like that is
near Riverhead.
Almost as far out as you can. Riverhead, yeah.
Yep.
The one in Des Moines is kind of like just like a county fair, but it's open year round. It's like if you weren't in mortal danger going to Icon Park, it's basically that.
That's wow, that's really saying something.
Yeah, it's like a safer version.
Well, okay, that's a low bar.
That's a very low bar.
There's a real low bar to be set. You know what's interesting around these parts? I guess fall time is big for fairs around here. Right. There's the state fair in like springtime, and that's over by Atlanta. But here it's like every county has like a little baby fair for like a week, and I like didn't know that was a thing.
Virginia was like that too.
They're like, oh, this week it's Effingham County's fair. Oh, over by Statesboro, their fair's next week, and I'm like, what?
It's the same thing everywhere.
They just travel around. Yeah,
like
everyone has it for a week, and I'm like, that's fascinating to me.
The Carney stereotype comes from those kind of fairs.
Huh, there you go. We'll try.
That's the whole Midwest and most of the South.
Yeah, we have like town days.
Okay.
And it's the same, but it's like the same exact thing, the same rides. Same. It's just like travels around the same thing. They just have certain days.
I'm not doing that.
They used to do that in New York. They weren't that big. They'd have like 5 or 6 rides, but they'd have all the games. That was what most people went to go play.
I'm there for the food.
They would do that in my high school. Like they would do it in the high school parking lot. They'd put like 5 rides up for like a weekend. Yeah.
That's wild.
That seems like the least safe version of everything we've discussed.
Yeah. I don't trust that a lick.
And we could go on the Gravitron.
I just feel like, I mean, Florida had a state fair, and there were like tiny festivals. Like there's like the Strawberry Festival in February, but like
that's a pretty big festival. Honestly,
it's pretty big. But like, I guess that like we only had big things.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have.
They stayed for a couple
little
weeks.
Baby things. Yeah. So I was like, oh, I didn't know there was like a thing to have like you go for a week and it just travels around from like town to town. That's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you, the things you learn. I have seasons now. There's like a real fall outside. What? It's effing wild, y'all.
Is it a real fall?
Go on, AJ.
Oh, I was just asking if it was a real fall. Like, really?
No.
For me, it is.
It's been in the 40s when I've been waking up for work. So yeah.
It's like cold out.
Okay.
We took our dog out the other night, like one of the first nights that it genuinely dropped in temperature. And we came in, and that dog has never like huddled into me as much as she did then. She's like, nope, I don't like this. I don't like
It's
this.
been getting like the other day was in the high 60s was the high, like in the 70s. Like today the high was like 73, and it's been getting, it gets cold. You wake up and it's in the 40s. That's fall. Like
Bethany's never really had an actual fall
ever in my life. Okay, so like this is a big deal for me, guys.
Yep. It's like 48 here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Danny, where you are, you get all four. So you get everything.
You
get everything.
Yeah.
You legitimately get everything.
Snow. Real
Jake is
snow.
not a fan of the cold. I'm living for it personally. I dropped my phone.
So does Luna have a sweater, or no? Do you have a sweater to take her out on when it's cold?
Well, she does. We haven't put it on yet. She has a jacket. She has a little like a little Hawkins High School jacket. And she has a robe. I don't know. I think I've misplaced the robe, to be honest. She has some PJs. She has Christmas jammies. She has dresses. Dresses won't really help her stay warm right now. But yeah, she has many an outfit. But she does have some warmer clothes.
The jacket might be the way to go.
We might need to start putting on her little jacket before we go outside.
Can she do like the snaps by herself, or no?
No, she's not that talented.
Okay.
But she does like wearing. She has a couple Spirit jerseys. Those are long sleeve. Maybe I should put her in one of her Spirit jerseys. Uni, are you cold? She's a little Florida girl. She doesn't know how to.
Well, when she gets like the actual legitimate cold winter, which I don't know what the coldest she's ever been in. That's when I'm real curious. Because like we get. In Florida, you do get nights that overnight it does hit freezing. They're not common, but it happens once in a while. But like if she gets to a day where it's like 20 degrees during the day, I don't know how that dog's gonna react.
I can't imagine her ever seeing like her in snow. I think would be the funny. I don't know how she would react. She like barely tolerates rain, so I think her in snow would be. My sister had a dog, born and raised in Florida. She moved to upstate New York, and his first winter, it was so funny. Like she would send us videos of him going out, and he inevitably liked it, but he was like real uncertain about it at first.
I had a funny one when I was growing up. We had an Akita, and we got her when she was a puppy, and we got her in December. And this was in the 90s in New York, and we had a lot of snow. And the first time she saw grass, she was afraid of it. So like she was so used to seeing snow.
I think the birthday boy got a haircut. Uh-oh. New year, new him. Oh, for he's a jolly good fellow. For he's a jolly good fellow. He's a jolly good fellow. Nobody can deny. Happy birthday, dude.
We don't sing otherwise.
Cheers, y'all. Thank you. So sorry that I'm late.
I wanted to say it to you live in person, and then you weren't showing up, and I was like, well, I might just have to message.
So yeah, man, this is 40.
This is
40.
40 minus 13.
Yeah, I was with a few years.
Something like that.
You just haircut. When did you get that done?
So funny story.
On the way over.
As you all know, I work at a bar. So my boss was like, hey, your hair is kind of getting like pretty long. I think you're gonna have to start putting it up. And I'm like, or I could get a haircut. And he's like, well, you could do that, but like you just start putting it up. So I get home, I was gifted a hair tie from a previous employee, and I put it up, and I'm like, it just doesn't work. Like not all the hair, it just I'm not long enough. Like the hair doesn't get up.
You've got
and so
Yeah.
I scheduled a haircut appointment the next day.
You were like, I can't do it. I can't
No. No. Yeah, it's a vibe. It's an aura. If I have to put it up and it's an inconvenience, it's not gonna happen. So, anyways, I'm sorry I'm late. Birthday friends wanted to make.
You're having Shenanigans. We'll allow it.
So I do have to ask.
Longer.
What was the shot they bought you?
I got a Jameson Black Barrel.
Ooh, okay, classy.
Very nice. Very
By
nice,
my
dude.
request.
Nice.
Yep.
I respect that. I made Mike do a lemon drop after the Jets won the other night because he said, I know you probably want to do a shot with me. And I said, I'll do a shot, but I want to do a lemon drop. And he said, okay. So that's what we did to celebrate their victory.
I have to go to that bar every single game now.
Yeah, I hope they know because it was good luck. We're not superstitious at all.
Can we tell the general audiences what you DM'd me to tell me about that bar?
Oh yeah, you can tell them. Yeah, absolutely.
So Mike hits me up. I'm at work, and for medically reasons, sober. And he just like hits me up, dude. My bartender was getting pissed off at some patrons, and I ordered a refill on my Jack and Coke. He just sat down the bottle for me.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said she just poured the rest in.
Poured the rest.
She poured the rest
oh.
into my...
I thought he left the bottle with you.
No. But there
bottle.
was definitely more than a double, probably 2 doubles worth in that cup. And she's like, "Oh, you just ordered a single, right?" And then just like here, just take the rest.
Okay, so comes to refill my Jack and Coke and just gives me the rest of the bottle, is what you said.
Yeah.
So
like,
you can see how I misinterpreted that.
Yeah.
That was the way you worded it was not very.
But she poured the rest of the bottle into my drink, which was funny.
That's
I don't know if William's in the chat right now. William, if you are, hi, we salute you. But we did end up sitting. Well, we were sitting there watching the game, and then I don't know, probably like almost close to halftime.
Halftime, yeah.
A couple gentlemen came and stopped by us at the bar, fellow Lions fans. I was the only Lions fan in the bar at first, and then these other 2 guys came. And so we sat through the entire rest of the game, and they had no idea I was a Lions fan, even though I was straight up wearing a Lions shirt. Until basically we went to do the celebratory shot for the Jets, and the guy looks over and he goes, Lions! And I'm like, yeah. And then our bartender, Shenanigans, she goes, she's been sitting there the entire game. And he's like, well, she was all huddled up with her jacket. I didn't see it. So then we shared stories about how we all became Lions fans, because I was like, well, you're not going to believe mine because it's not something simple. Like, I'm from Michigan. Shockingly, the other guy also was not a simple story, but the third guy, or the
one of them was
just he was from Michigan.
So at my birthday, like my little birthday party tonight, my friend's dad, who is childhood friends with David Leitch, director of many Hollywood films,
right?
They their little crew went to Vegas because David Leitch has a house in Vegas for the Packer game, the Packer Vegas game. Yeah. So they were there, and he got like all these scoops from David Leitch, like Hollywood scoops, about how like the day before Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, like he was in talks with him for a movie, and then it all stopped after that. And like Charlize Theron like was great for most of the time. They like were shooting Atomic Blonde, and she turned into like a total diva. And since then, like nobody wants to work with her, and like all these like crazy Hollywood stories. Vince Vaughn, nobody's working with Vince Vaughn. Like just all these crazy fun Hollywood stories. So that was fantastic. Anyways, I just got home. I haven't gone to the bathroom or anything yet. I will be right back, and then hopefully we'll continue the show.
You want a little
Have
more?
fun breaking the seal.
Yeah, break that seal. Break those plates. As they once said. Yes. So speaking of shot of Pfizer, vaccination, we're all for it. Even if Aaron Rodgers isn't, he's just using ayahuasca. But would everyone like to hear the funniest thing that I heard at the Taylor Swift Eras Tour movie concert experience?
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. I was going to tell you anyways, but I'm glad that you both agreed to it. So we go, right? And we end up sitting next to the two lovely people. One of them we were singing along the whole show with. So we get there. Obviously, there's always like little commercially bits before you get to like the real previews, and then of course you get to what you're there for, the feature presentation. So anyway, so they, while the lights are still on and everyone's shuffling in, they've got these commercials on. And of course, they know what they're doing. And so they put on the Pfizer commercial that Travis Kelce did about getting vaccinated, right? So, of course, Travis Kelce comes on the big screen and everyone's like, ah! Because we're all like, I don't know, apparently supposed to be fans of his now or something. But anyways, so everyone's all hyped for it. And so, like, it's going through the whole thing. And, like, clearly it's hard to hear because, like, you're in a packed theater where people are talking and also because people are, like, cheering because he's on the screen. But, like, clearly it's a vaccination commercial. And there he is, like, with his little arm with his Band-Aid. So then you get to the end of it and, like, the Pfizer logo shows up, right? So the guy that we've made friends with, so it's, like, my friend, me, my mom, and then, like, there's this two people on the end that we end up talking to, this girl and this guy. And so the guy just goes, damn it, I got Moderna. And it was
Nice.
the funniest thing. That was the line of the night. And I was like, it's not too late, buddy. You can make Travis and Taylor happy by getting a Pfizer booster for your next dose.
It is weird thinking back to like that time period and like when we were all Team Mystic or Team Instinct again.
Yeah. That was Moderna, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild?
Like Pfizer was valid.
I did get Pfizer, so I'd like to think I've made Travis Kelce proud.
Yeah, we got Pfizer. We would like to point out too, though, Travis Kelce was on our heroes bracket already this year because he was calling the mayor of Cincinnati a jabroni. So we've been on the Kelce bandwagon for a while.
Ahead of the train.
Yeah.
We're ahead of the train. You know what I mean? People thinking I only know about him because I'm a Swiftie. No, I know about him because he called the mayor of Cincinnati a jabroni, and that made my husband really happy. Also, I have used him in fantasy football in the past.
I mean, we've been playing fantasy football. I've been playing fantasy football 20 years, but like anybody who's in the follows the NFL knows who he is. That's a marquee name, but it's just really funny now, like how crazily he's gained popularity in the past 3 weeks.
Like my favorite thing is the trend where they're all saying like how Taylor made the guy Travis famous and he was just like a nobody.
It's like this dude was legitimately, like, in terms of athletes, probably a top 25 known athlete in the country. But obviously you don't have the massive appeal of a Taylor Swift that now, like, he shows up on Saturday Night Live, which he's hosted before, and he shows up in his cameo the other night, and people lose their shit.
Yeah.
He's hosted. That's the best part.
I did have to like break it down for my friend Michael Ann because she really truly she does not follow sports and she did not know who he was. Like the only athlete she knows is Tom Brady, and that's because he's from Boston. And I think they just like when you're born, even before he was playing, when you were born, they told you who Tom Brady was. So she does not know any other football player, any other athlete, period, except for probably him. And so when they first started dating, she was like, who the F is this guy? And to me, who's been playing fantasy football for years, I'm like, these are like the best tight end in the league. And I was like, oh, but like you really don't know that. Like you really wouldn't know what that means.
In terms of Pokemon, it's like Mewtwo.
Bethany, I need to know what friendship bracelet you have.
I'm currently wearing one that one of my nieces and nephews made me, which is 1989, because we made all the albums. Yep. And then I'm wearing one that my favorite author gave me. So it has nothing to do with Taylor Swift, but is really cool. And maybe one of the coolest pieces of jewelry I owned in my wedding band, obviously being number one in my heart.
Right.
And then I'm wearing this one I made, which says Track 5 Girly, because Track 5 is always my favorite.
Oh, yeah. That's the tearful ones.
That's when you got to get into your feelings and get emotional about stuff. So I have more, but this week I've been like picking a couple to wear each day to work. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Jake would be going the fuck off, but cool. Because you're so happy that it's Juice's birthday?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Let's bring him on.
I mean, I was.
Hey, Juice, it's your birthday.
Let's find out. It's my birthday. I want to find out. I want to
Does
find
he
out.
want to
what's
show off
going
his
on.
friendship bracelet?
Yeah.
Jake's jealous because he didn't get any friendship bracelets.
I know. I'll make you some, Jake. I'm finally kind of good at it. I've made some for many occasions. I have a couple of Detroit Lions ones now that I wear every Sunday, or so that what day they play.
I want to know Jake's era.
And then I have some Gator ones, and I have some T-Swizzle ones. I have so many friendship bracelets.
wish
I think
had
Jake's
friends.
lover era kind of guy.
Oh, he's definitely a lover for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's his era. He just loves,
Bud Light.
happiness and love and pink.
Yep.
It's Jake vibes, 100%. You nailed it. Nailed it. Juice. Look at this. I just can't get over this schnazzy haircut.
It's decent. I'm so confused because like I get the haircut from a cheap place, and I'm like, this literally looks like a Crusader's helmet. In my head.
Well, now that you say that,
And it has been described that before, but then I go like into work and people are like, "Oh my gosh, great haircut," and I'm like, "Really? What's wrong with you?" Like I don't believe you.
Oh, Christ.
But speaking of people I don't believe,
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
can't believe this shit. What?
shut the fuck up, AJ.
Love you.
We
Bloody
just left
bitch.
all over our viewership.
Oh, they all left. Fine.
You had viewers?
Occasionally.
Sometimes.
Once in a while.
We have a couple of friends.
Yeah, only because Danny's here.
Mm,
Thank you. That's
I mean, it was
nice
highly
to-
anticipated.
long time in the making.
Happy birthday, Juice. By the way,
The juice. I'm having my favorite.
Thank
juice. Not
uh,
juice.
cheers. Cheers.
And,
Dilly dilly.
well,
Appreciate that.
Jake is having his favorite juice too. It's Bud Light.
How did you know it was Bud Light?
I can see the can, and also because it's you.
I'd say there's 101% chance it's Bud Light.
Yeah. If you're drinking something, that's pretty much all I've ever seen you drink. So
I've seen him drink
So-
Jameson.
fair.
100% chance it's 4%
It-
alcohol.
it-
volume.
It could have been
Yeah.
watermelon smash. I don't know.
He's had watermelon
That's
splash
true. I
twice.
have seen him drink watermelon smash.
Sure.
That's a fair point.
Oh.
Yeah.
I already
No, I
forgot what I'm mad about.
Yeah, well, that
That's
makes
Well,
sense.
that's the Bud Light for you. It'll do it every time. I do think, Juice, that it looks good. I mean, I love the long hair, but I do think that you're just someone who can pull it all off. Master
still-
Lawrence.
Did I explain why I had to cut it?
You went into the
weird.
full story.
I did already.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Wow, okay.
you said
Is
you
that
went.
not hitting you right now?
Jeez. Okay. Wow.
It's been a good birthday.
Never mind.
Yes.
Your birthday.
Happy birthday!
I don't even think that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
I'm sad though, because okay, so I'm rewatching Community right now, and
Yeah.
the second half of the first season, Jack Black has a guest spot. His buddy,
Yes.
the guy that they forgot was in their Spanish class with them.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And you had the exact
episode.
length of hair of Jack Black in that episode, right before your haircut. So the change was unexpected.
you-
'cause
so
I
it's
just saw
funny.
Jack Black.
So what's funny about that is I am actually cut the hair to get closer to Jack Black
Oh.
because at work, well, I have a Halloween party coming up, obviously, as Halloween approaches.
Oh.
But
It's true.
I used to get, I kid you not, 6 to 10 times a night, people would bring up the Jack Black. But as my hair's got longer, it stopped.
See,
So I
Weird.
actually cut my hair to get it back. Granted, though, I did not intend my hair to get cut this short.
That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard.
Nick, stop being a hater, okay? You're supposed to be in your lover era.
What I was
Exactly. Jake's definitely the lover era.
I'm
You need
gonna
to calm
go.
down, Jake. You
I'm
need
gonna
to
go
calm
get
down.
another.
to calm
Shut
down.
the fuck up, Danny.
What?
I'm gonna
Never.
go get another watermelon
Cowboy like
smash. I'll be right back.
What's the dumbest thing you've heard? Which part?
You.
What?
You.
On his own birthday, you come in here and shade my
Of
boy
all
like
the-
that.
I think I've.
It is
Did you-
what it is.
I think
How
I have
dare you
evidence.
wear the tar heels while bad mouthing Juice. That's just
So,
honestly.
so what I was gonna say though, Juice, like you were actually approaching current Jack Black's hair is pretty long.
Yeah.
Like
Could
you
you
know.
sing our rendition
yeah.
of Peaches for us?
Yeah.
he apparently showed up to a Run the Jewels concert the other night and played a DJ set like unannounced. So must have been pretty cool if you were at that show.
Oh gosh.
Did anyone see the Danny's sweatshirt and overall vibe? Just reminded me. Did anyone watch the I'm Just Pete?
Oh,
from
the I'm
SNL?
Just Pete from SNL
Yep.
was
That's pretty cool.
fantastic.
I haven't yet.
You have to.
It was
watch
honestly
it.
funny
It's
that-
all on it. Oh, look at that love.
Like Pete Davidson totally steered into the skid and like took everything that people said about him and turned it into the I'm Just Ken song. It's totally worth the 4 minutes.
At the
I'm
end
just
it was, and the ending was Chef's Kiss, right into the.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the
We
very
crashed
last
the car
thing.
into the Barbie house. Mwah.
That's very good.
Perfection.
Honestly, the SNL like set design people like mad props for like recreating the Barbie stuff like so.
Props.
Like
Because they built
yeah, for People's
props.
Day, but it was very good. Already weekend update was pretty solid this week. I liked the Keenan Thompson. I almost said Keenan Allen because of
Yeah.
that boy like me. Keenan Thompson's Coach Prime bit on weekend update was pretty funny. Appreciated that.
The whole NFL Sunday on
Yeah,
Fox
that was
was
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And the sideline reporter from Fox showing up as Pete Davidson, just coming full circle, made that
We love
fantastic.
Oh. Yeah, I usually catch it every week, and this week I haven't for some reason. Need to.
That's good. It was good to have it back in my life.
Well, that's
Yeah.
good.
Bye, Jay.
Okay, bye.
Toodles.
Who invited him?
God, I know.
No, it was me. That's right.
Apparently he is Saul.
Some days.
Saul's in the chat? Saul's still a thing?
Whoa!
Oh, look at you. He's here.
Whoa!
Oh.
We've
Dog,
never had-
bacon, whatever.
We have to have him on the show.
Saul has a little icon by his name now. A lot have changed.
The last time I saw Saul, he crashed Chance and I's draft stream. That was back in April. But that's the last time I've seen
It's a
Saul.
whole other world.
Oh, man.
Saul sent me a very nice like text message after Spectacular Weekend. It was very
Aw,
nice.
that's
I
nice.
still treasure it.
Nothing but good experiences from Saul. Like, so yeah. I the first time Bethany and I met Saul was in New York at the Smith, and that's right. You were Chance said you like.
Yeah, to clarify, he was invited, okay?
But they had like table water in pitchers, and Kim Nuzio and Saul just took them and just started drinking out of them.
Yes, that was iconic. Never forgot. Never forgot. Truly. I like that you have yours, Zach. Wait, Juice, we're playing each other in fantasy this week.
We are.
You're probably gonna win. Yeah.
I don't
That's a big
know.
one.
I was destroyed last week. Let's take a look.
I got it. Fantasy Barbies. Just gotta destroy as many Kens as you can.
I'm not a Ken. I'm an Allen. I'm not a Ken. I'm an Allen.
No, you are my one and only Allen. You're
Nice.
allowed to
We
be.
have a Ken and an Allen here. And he's
I'll
just
allow
Jake.
it.
Oh gosh, you're already projected to beat me, even though you don't have your kicker
Yeah, I
swapped.
do have to pick up a kicker. Sorry.
That's not good. My team's been in. Man, my team's
You have been plagued with
I
these.
always pick a team that is great the first like 6 weeks, and then just falls apart the rest of the year.
Right.
It just depends if McCaffrey and Love and
You better
Diggs.
grab that 49ers running back off the wire before someone takes him.
The what? The who?
The backup running back from the 49ers. There we go.
Damn straight there.
Probably should look into
Yeah,
that.
I'm ready. I'm going up against. For what 5 weeks now? I've played against Ken's. I'm ready to go up against an Allen, a formidable opponent. Finally.
If McCaffrey goes down, I'm done. And just like AJ did, Jerry offered me a trade for McCaffrey. Just like AJ did last year.
What did he offer you?
I don't remember. Just some suckers.
Some suckers, not.
But if McCaffrey goes down, it would obviously be worth it. But if not, it's just some suckers.
In our other league, my entire team is pretty much the Detroit Lions and a couple of Baltimore Ravens, and of course they're playing each other.
That game this week.
So that game is basically my team.
My thought process is like McCaffrey would get me to the titles. Some suckers is gonna get me a couple more wins. Like if I trade McCaffrey for some suckers, I might win a few more matches. But like if McCaffrey stays as he can be, he will get me to the top. If he falls apart, he's gonna get me the same level as the suckers. And that'll get me the same level as Jake Yakaba.
Yeah. What a jabroni.
What a jabroni.
Jabroni.
So as we all know, Jake Yakabet's a sucker.
You're a jabroni.
He's a sucker.
I got a funny story with that William Harold, actually.
Can't.
I went back in 2015. They were shutting down the original Nassau Coliseum in Long Island, and Billy Joel was going to play the last show there. And Paul Simon showed up, and with Billy Joel played that song. That was one of the cooler concert experiences I've ever had.
I don't know if y'all know, but Mike is from Long Island.
No.
I don't know if
Oh,
y'all know, but Mike's a pretty big Billy Joel fan.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
We love Billy. We're big Billy fans.
We stand Billy in
Okay.
this household.
You know.
I wish I knew Danny slightly better, because if he was like somebody who's been on the show like another time before this, we would have ended the show by the time he got
Oh, we would have told that.
If it was Jake, that was it.
I'd have been like, deuces. But we actually like Danny, so like we won't do that to him. But Jake, fuck yeah, we would have done that to him.
If
Obviously.
it was Jeff,
like,
we would have been
Danny's
already.
Danny's next time on the program. That's the end.
Oh, it's only fair. We're doing it.
Kind of.
Oh gosh.
Kind of still want to do it.
I kind of still want to do it.
When is Jeff's next program on the show?
I was doing anniversary stream.
I think he's coming on the anniversary. He knows about it. I don't like. We have to talk about that, in the next week, because obviously it's a week from now. But yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Just in case anyone was wondering, come hang out with us next Friday. Yeah, anniversary.
So Saul, my gym teacher was friends with Mick Foley's dad, who was also a gym teacher. So he actually like got to know Mick Foley when he was growing up. So yeah.
Love you too, Jake.
6 degrees of separation.
Oh my God! If Mike talks about Long Island anymore, just put us all of our misery on the stream. I'm kidding. I love you.
And I don't even know what a jabroni is.
I'm a jabroni.
I'm a jabroni. I'm a jabroni. I'm a jabroni. Jeff Alterman. Jabroni power. Jabroni power. Jabroni.
We should do a song.
Once a year.
A song for the anniversary?
Not a half happen.
That's a can of worms.
Yeah.
That might have to happen.
A collaborative song over StreamYard, it doesn't happen.
We'll
We can do
talk.
it.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
I'll have my people call your people.
My people will
Next
talk.
week is
Yeah.
actually a
My
pretty
people talk to your
good week
people.
for the Deacons, I think, to get something done.
You sure? Yeah, what? But yeah, sure.
Oh, if we did Imagine, that'd be great. Guys, next pandemic, you guys want to do Imagine?
God, I hope we don't have to live through
Let's
another
hope.
one.
I mean,
We'll
if
get-
it happens, sure.
Sure, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, someone pull this tape from the October 18th, 2023. Next pandemic, I've agreed to these terms.
We'll get Gal
I mean,
Gadot.
when the AI take over.
Yeah, exactly. We're at our friend Alyssa's parents' doomsday bunker.
Oh my God, that could be a whole stream. That could be a whole stream.
Y'all tap me in for the Imagine video when I'm at the doomsday bunker, okay?
You have a friend who has a doomsday bunker?
Her parents
Oh,
do.
we
Her
do.
dad does. He's one of those. He has a cabin. He had it for Y2K. That obviously didn't pan out. 9/11 happened. She got like a phone call that he's like, head to the cabin. And she's like, I think I'm not going to do that, Dad. And then the global pandemic happened. And he was like, can we go to the doomsday cabin? It stopped for times. He's ready.
So-
it's a lot.
So like he's not necessarily like he just keeps on hoping that global events happen so he can go to the cabin they
I
built.
think so. I think he just wants to go hang out in his cabin. Yeah. I mean, he goes.
Just-
and then
He
I
needs
don't
an
know if
excuse.
his wife go. I don't know if the girls go. They
I
have two
don't think they do.
daughters, and I think they're like, nah, Dad, we're gonna pass. But he's there every time something happens.
Yeah.
He goes to the cabin,
Juice, you met her at our wedding. That's Kyle's fiance.
and we will hopefully get to meet these parents at their wedding. And boy, am I excited!
Just imagine having a man cave, but you can only go to it if like thousands of people
It's-
die.
Yeah, it's like some real shit's going down.
I kind of agree with this.
No, stop wishing that upon us, y'all. I do not want that to happen again.
Okay, not another pandemic, but I miss that sleep.
Yeah.
I miss not having to schedule anything and not having to deal with people.
I miss all the Dr. Mario I got to play. But
It's just
I miss
just the sleep.
Waking up any time and watching American Gladiators.
he watched a lot of American Gladiators.
Watching
Dear.
Tiger King.
Yes,
Tiger King, yeah.
King, Love is Blind.
Yeah.
Never
Super
watched
Disney.
that. Never watched it.
Tiger
No.
King was pretty wild.
You, Jake. Screw you, dude. Like, what? How dare you come into my house on Juice's birthday and be saying such blasphemy?
Yeah. Why didn't you just stay in the stream?
My gosh.
I invited you
Islands
because
in
you're
the stream.
because
That's
you're one
why
of my
you are.
close friends.
Yeah.
That's
and
okay,
it's
Juice.
his
I'll be your new
awful
close friend.
birthday.
I'll be Juice. You know,
Danny's
close.
in. Screw you, Jake. You're out.
You're out.
Just kidding.
I've been plotting this whole time, Jake. Biding my time.
You're not invited
Biding
to
the time.
the special anniversary stream anymore, okay, Jake?
You know he's gonna wind up on.
Of course he is, but he's no longer invited. I want that to be clear.
Oh yeah,
Just
games of
kidding.
Among
Jake,
Us.
love you, Jake.
I'm
Okay.
not kidding. I'm so serious.
So the
Not kidding. We're serious.
The Action Generals chat. Do you guys remember the 2-day game of Among Us?
Yep.
I still remember, I remember the access code for that. Almost 3 years later. EPVBVF.
So you're saying is that for the after party is tonight?
I mean, we could play some Among Us. Does anybody still have it on their phone?
Yeah. Bring it back for one time only.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Look,
I
Luna,
know.
I was discussing her outfits, and her Christmas PJs just came up. Oh, it's not going to focus. Oh, no. It's giving me like a reel now. Never mind.
That does sound fun.
Yep. I still have the app.
I think I had it on Steam.
Nice. I saw it on Switch, but they actually make you pay for it.
Oh,
I don't remember if Steam made you pay for it. Maybe it was like $3. Maybe, I don't know.
Speaking of
Sorry,
games,
I'm very distracted by my phone reminding me of a reel of my dog.
See,
All right,
that's the thing. Good.
I was
We'll
going to say, speaking of games, on Twitter I was seeing that King Kong game,
Oh yeah, it looks like shit.
and that they
It's
got
terrible.
so lazy they just used like a still image.
Is this an alternate reality? When is that happening? Explain.
I need health insurance. I'm marrying Jake.
Mazel tov. Aww.
Did you get some drunk texts like late at night 2 nights ago too?
No, I'm putting it out there right now. I just got the idea.
I'm excited for this wedding. It's going to be a really great time. Everybody, hold on. We have some.
Oh yeah, is it still illegal in Alabama? Because Nebraska, we might need to worry about that.
I think it's, Jake says he's down. Okay. All right. So Jake hasn't invited you to the wedding anymore, but AJ still has the capability to invite you, so we could still go.
Yeah. You guys want to come to my wedding?
Absolutely.
I'll go.
Suck it, hubby.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni.